Welcome back. Party list group Ang Ladlad is vying to become the first LGBT political party in Congress after the Supreme Court overturned its disqualification case. The Supreme Court's decision comes after the COMELEC rejected the group's application for accreditation in 2 elections.
Happy and gay. That's the LGBT group Ang Ladlad after the Supreme Court allowed it to participate in the party list elections. On Thursday, the High Court reversed the decision of the Commission on Elections to disqualify Ang Ladlad on the basis of immorality.
Ang Ladlad satisfied all the legal requirements for registration as a party list organization. The court also held that the moral disapproval is not a sufficient governmental interest to justify exclusion of homosexuals from participation in the party list system.
Kinampihan kami ng Supreme Court, pati ng Office of Solicitor General. Ang OSG dapat abogado yan ng COMELEC, pero kami kinampihan, hindi COMELEC. Binasura na yung COMELEC petition, no? So yung sinasabi namin ngayon, masaya kami kasi happy and gay.
The Supreme Court decision is a victory in a long battle that the group has waged. Ang Ladlad was formed to fight for the rights of lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders. In 2007, it applied for accreditation as a party list group, but the COMELEC denied the petition, saying the group failed to prove it had nationwide membership. When the COMELEC disqualified Ang Ladlad again last year, the poll body said it offends religious beliefs. COMELEC Commissioner Nicodemus Ferrer even said gays are not marginalized because they are already overly represented in Congress. Even if the SC overturned the COMELEC's decision, the gay community's fight for political representation is not yet over. It will have to convince voters to subscribe to its platform. Ang Ladlad is pushing for an anti-discrimination bill that gives equal rights and opportunities in schools, commercial establishments, and government offices. It also vows to support LGBT businesses and promises to set up centers offering legal aid and counseling to the LGBT. If it succeeds, Ang Ladlad will be the first political party of openly gay Filipinos to win a seat in Congress.
And joining us tonight are Naomi Fontanos. She is Ang Ladlad's 4th nominee.
Hello. And Attorney Rudyard Avila III, an election lawyer and a fixture here on ANC. Attorney Avila, thanks for coming again. Nice to see you again, sir.
Thank you very much and good evening.
All right, please help us explain the legalities of this. The COMELEC in 2007 said Ang Ladlad did not qualify because they didn't have a nationwide organization. Since then, they have apparently built a nationwide organization, but the COMELEC used a different reason, which was immorality. How does that work as a justification? Is that allowed by the law?
Well, there's nothing in the law that penalizes anyone for immorality, because if that were the case, then we would have a lot of people in Congress not qualifying for the House of Representatives. And in the case of the Party List Act, the only requirement under the law and jurisprudence is that they be marginalized and underrepresented.
So is that the basis for the Supreme Court turning around and saying, no, you can't disqualify Ang Ladlad?
Yes, that's the basis. The Supreme Court struck down the immorality argument of the Commission on Elections by saying that casting them as a group that is immoral does not serve a compelling governmental interest. And it also recognized the fact that the members of Ang Ladlad are both marginalized and underrepresented and qualify under the Party List Act.
So they're not saying that they agree or disagree that Ang Ladlad is immoral. They're just saying that the COMELEC cannot use that as a basis for making a decision.
Yes, there was no statement to the effect that Ang Ladlad was immoral in the Supreme Court's decision.
Let me now go to Naomi. You must be very elated. At the same time, this poses a challenge to your group because, well, in 2007, the reasoning was you didn't have a nationwide organization or capability.
I know. First of all, let me just say that Ang Ladlad party list, including the lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders all over the Philippines, are overjoyed about the Supreme Court decision because finally it affirmed our right not only to participate fully in the social, economic, and cultural life of this country, but as well as the political life of the Philippines.
But are you up to the challenge? Do you have an organization nationwide to bring in the vote.
Yeah, let me clarify that point, because in 2006, when we first applied in COMELEC, we already had the numbers, and we already complied with that requirement. So we were surprised when it was used against Ang Ladlad's accreditation the first time. So this time we proved indeed, and the COMELEC and the Supreme Court both affirmed that fact, that we do have national constituency, and that Ang Ladlad is present in around 13 chapters at least in the country.
All right. Explain to us as well the different categories, if that is what it's called, of the membership or those who you represent.
Yes. Ang Ladlad is the national organization of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Filipinos. So lesbians would include women who are emotionally and physically attracted to other women. Gays would include men who are physically and emotionally attracted to other men. Bisexuals are those who are attracted to both genders, while transgender people are those whose gender identity or expression are not traditionally associated with their gender assignment at birth. But let me just clarify a point. Ang Ladlad will be serving the entire nation, not only the LGBT community in the Philippines, because it was formed on the idea of ending gender-based discrimination and oppression in society. And all men and women are victims of gender-based discrimination. And so even if our platform is focused at a large part on improving the conditions of LGBT people's lives in the country, we will also pass laws that will affect the nation.